Zamfara State chapter of the All Progressive Congress has refuted Governor Dauda Lawal's claim that his administration distributed 81,000 bags of fertilizer free to farmers, saying the fertilizer being distributed was a federal government allocation. Recall that Governor Dauda Lawal last week flagged off the distribution of 81,000 bags of fertilizer to farmers in the state, which he said was purchased by his administration. In reaction to the claim, the state chapter of APC, in a statement, kicked against Governor Lawal's claim, saying that the commodity was the state government's allocation from the federal government under the NG CARES. The APC spokesperson in Zamfara State, Yusuf Idris, said the administration of Governor Lawal did not purchase the fertilizer claimed to be distributed to farmers free of charge, but rather collected from the federal government. The APC Publicity Secretary expressed displeasure over Governor Lawal's inability to give credit to President Bola Tinubu's administration that allocated the fertilizer to the state under his NG CARES program. Let me start with you, Honorable Churchill. You're a politician.
Yeah.
Can you explain what's going on in Zamfara State?
When we talk about politicians, I don't really stand on the aspect of looking at people and stabbing them in the eye. When you are taking somebody something and you're looking at the person and telling him that this thing I'm taking is my own. You see, the level of corruption in this country is not only affecting the economy and the persons in this country. It's even affecting the name called Nigeria. Look at when they are telling you that fertilizer, fertilizer you bought 81,000 bags, and if you really bought it, that should be what you will announce as allocation. Okay, what of the IGR? So what I'm saying is that they are now telling us that they have cooked lies against the federal government. I mean, they want to say the federal government is not assisting at all in the agriculture aspect of the country. But I know too well that if it's true that this particular fertilizers was given through NG CARES and the governor decided to announce to the people, 81,000 is the number of farmers in Zamfara is not 81,000. It can never be 81,000. So what we should be talking about is bringing development or even assisting the farmers more than what we are seeing. 81,000 bags cannot assist the entire farmers, and it shouldn't be what Lawal should be coming to brag of, that is from the allocation. When they look at us, that is from the south, I know they are envious about the kind of allocation that enters our ports. People like that of the River State, Delta State, that is mostly the south.
Why would you say they are envious?
Because when they look at what is entering us, that is the reason why Lawal can use fertilizer of 81,000 bags to say that is allocation. Because to convince his people that he utilized the money in buying fertilizer, while that is the fertilizer that was given to their states from the NG CARES. So, but in the other way around, I am of the opinion that they should allow him, because he's still in the administrative and the governance periods. Let him finish every damn thing, just like Obaseki is crying now, trying to look at what to hold on. At the end of the time, Lawal will also look at what to hold on.
All right.
Because you think you can deceive the people up to the extent that anything you tell them, they will believe. We're in a digital world now.
All right.
There is no information that is hidden forever. No matter how you take it, it cannot be hidden forever. No matter what any person feels, they will tell people that as a politician, when the time comes, it will also open. So Lawal should stop deceiving his people by giving them negative informations.
Okay. What do you have to say to this, Nze?
on this very issue, on this very topic, there's something that just popped into my mind.
What is it?
That a hungry man does not ask who cooked the food he is eating. What a hungry man needs is food on the table.
Okay.
And as Nigerians in Zamfara State, they are predominantly farmers. They need fertilizer. And Dauda Lawal has given them fertilizer. Whether it is allocation from federal government or Dauda Lawal bought from his with his money, personal money or state money, what the people need is fertilizer. Now, look at something. There was an argument that ensued here some time ago when we were looking at the issue of electrification in Abia State, and you were saying that it was Shell and blah, blah, blah. I say, why didn't Shell bring it when Ipazu was there? That Bible said that when the righteous are in power, the people rejoice. Now, if it
has always been there. It was rounded up during...
it was rounded up during... why was it not rounded up during Ipazu? Ipazu, according to his name, you know, the last comma. He still kept, the whole thing still happened that way. But let us take it from this. Let us take it from this angle. Dauda Lawal had given the people fertilizer, which is assistance for their farming work, and the people are taking it. The people, in fact, if you asked about 70 to 80% of the recipients of this fertilizer, who gave you fertilizer, they say it's governor. Whether it came from federal. In fact, it is possible that this thing can still come from federal and it will not get to the people. Did we not see it in River State? We had that federal government gave, is it 20 trucks of rice to states. And we're only hearing in the news that it was distributed in Soso place, distributed in Soso place, distributed. I'm a grassroots man.
You didn't get the rice?
Not even that I didn't see, or I didn't see a particular person, one particular person who said I received, okay. Which means rice was distributed, but to who? I know that it was given to human beings anyway, because even if the distributor decides to keep eating, it's still human beings that will eat it in his house.
During elections, we'll see the rice.
If they will keep the rice that's supposed to be eaten yesterday for tomorrow, then it means they are still playing with our heads.
Didn't that play out in COVID-19?
Yeah, it does play. Did we applaud them? We didn't applaud such thing, because look at the Zamfara man has gotten whether he got the fertilizer from federal government or he bought it with his own money, or a good donor decide to give to them. He has distributed it to the people, and let other governors. Let other state governors learn from this. Whenever any allocation is given to you, please let it go round. Even if it is one cup. Okay. But let it go round to the generality of the masses. That is my stand on that. So I commend Dauda Lawal. And
so in your opinion, you don't really care?
I don't care where it comes from.
The federal government. You don't care.
A hungry man does not ask who cooked the food he's eating. He simply eat the food.
You don't care if he's actually... taking the allocation from federal government and claiming that
he's the one that bought it.
You don't care about that. What you care about is that
it is immaterial now. Right. It is immaterial to the field. Those who are playing in the field, it's completely immaterial.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Let me. The only area I want to let you know is that, you see, it is very, very. That is demoralizing when people make. As a political office holder, you make statements that does not really applaud your person, or does not really carry a kind of person. You know, like what you said, giving the allocation, giving the fertilizer to the people is not the problem. The problem is announcing it that you bought it from the allocation. That is, see, let me tell you, if he had given his people the fertilizer as maybe this is a gift, you understand, for the farming, it's sure. But coming to say I bought it from the allocation, even if you are building road in River State, must you come now if the governor of River State is building road? Just like when the former governor of River State was building road. Did he come and tell us that this street road I'm building today is from the allocation, apart from when they paid us, when there is a money they paid us?
5 billion.
Yes. And he said it that this flyover now, that he wants everybody to thank the president for releasing River State money You understand?
River State money that another person spent.
That is not the matter. The matter is you don't have to use some certain words. You want to appease the people, or you want to let the people. Have you been doing things and telling them that this thing I'm doing? Do you even feed their family to tell them that the money I spent on my family was from their allocation? Or do you even tell them that the money I used to travel abroad is from their allocation? You don't. So using that particular statement or making that particular statement that is from the allocation, that is where I am against.
All right.
So what I'm saying is that, you see, Zamfara people will pay him back when the time comes. Whether if he does good. That is what I said. I said in River State here, in anything you are doing, you have 4 years that they are giving to you. You have 3 good years. In short, 2.5 year political year. That is governance year. The half year I'm talking about is during when you are in the court. Then you finish, you continue. The 2.5 year, at the end of 2023, 2026, at the end of 2026, you understand?
Electioneering period begins.
No, that is at the end of 2025, sorry. At the end of 2025, nobody talks about governance again. If you go inside, they are talking politics. So they should give accounts. By the end of 2025, everybody that was elected 2024, 2023 will tell us what he has achieved.
All right. Now, if I may understand, Honorable Churchill, he's saying that the action by the governor of Zamfara State is misinformation to the people. Now, if it trickles down to the reality on ground, let's use the End Bad Governance in Nigeria protest. You will agree with me that the protest was addressed to the federal government. Granted, yes, the people are feeling the impact of economic policies by the federal government. However, on the sideline, the federal government has also, put some measures to ensure that, to some extent, the impact of the hardship, economic hardship, to some extent is ameliorated. The masses don't get to feel it as bad as it is. And these allocations, increments in allocations, palliatives and all that has been given to the state's governors, the federating units. The question would be, if the people are actually feeling the impact of, all that the federal government has been giving to them, do you think that this protest will break out? No. That's on one hand. On the other hand, governors, during the protest, they will only tell the people, we'll feel your pain, we'll feel your pain. The question is, the money is being given to them, are they actually trickling down to the masses? The answer is no. Are the masses feeling the impact of any probably increased FAC allocation, 13% derivation funds and all of that? Are they feeling the impact? If they are feeling the impact, then why the protest? In the case of Zamfara, the federal government has released fertiliser, and the state governor is claiming that he is the one. Now, the people of Zamfara State will be hailing the state governor and, in the same breath, cursing at the federal government, not knowing that that was a misinformation. Take it or yes, during a campaign period, the Zamfara State governor will cash in on that move. Meanwhile, it's not coming from him. It's coming from the federal government.
Can we just be objective in this? You have explained matters very clearly, even according to Churchill. Look at it. If the state government is handling the people well, will the people ever stand to accuse the federal government of anything? Now, if the local government chairmen are doing the people well, will people come to talk on the governor? If the ward councillors are doing well, will people begin to pick on the local government chairman? Now, there's something we need to understand here. We are people. Apart from being trying to, present matters and this, to me, I told you here sometime that I intentionally decide not to be professional. I want to be real. I want to be just normal, like a normal Nigerian. If the governor gives these arms, this assistance to the people, that's why I told you initially that a hungry man does not ask who cook the food he's eating. Now, if the governor has given the people fertilizer, and they are receiving fertilizer, they are getting evidence of democracy, everything is flowing, federal government is feeding the governor is feeding the people will be happy, and you won't see this kind of end bad governance protest. But that's why I said that other governors should emulate. It does not require you coming to say, federal government has given us 20 naira, so I'm giving you people 20 naira. Federal government has given us 15 naira, I'm giving you people. Let federal government, because that is the way the system is structured. Let federal government release to state government, let state government add to the IGR they receive, and let the people feel the good dividend of administration. And whoever they will look at is the governor. Now the governor has given them fertilizer. Whether it comes from federal government.
How many times seated on my shows have you blamed the governor for anything? Let me ask you a direct question.
Okay.
How many times seated on my shows have you blamed the governor? Between the federal government and the state government, who do you lay blame at their doorstep?
Okay. Number one. My blame come to governor, starting from the local government chairman. If I'm in a place and there are things the local government is supposed to do that they are not doing, either because the state government did not give them allocation when they have not gotten autonomy. You understand? The first person I hit on is the local government. When I hit the local government, they will now come to say, no, we were not able to fix these potholes because we didn't get allocation from the state. Then we hit the state. The state will say, we didn't do that because we were not having enough money from the federal government. We hit the federal government. I cannot, look, I am a priest, a parish priest. Anybody who speaks ill of the head, the leadership of my church, without first attacking me, is not doing well, and I will always caution that person. I am the one representing the leadership of my church. And the way our church is structured, there is a local church, there is a section, there is a district, and there is a general council. So the local pastor should be able to make sure that people feel the good side of the church. Now, it is when the local pastor is not doing well that the people will begin to say, our leaders are evil, our leaders are bad. So the same thing I am standing here to uphold. And when the governors fail, we hit the governors. When the federal fail, we hit the federal.
If I may remind you on open conversation, during the End Bad Governance protest, when it was going on, I remember that you were a guest on my show when we discussed the protest in Rivers State and the people going to the government house.
We applauded the governor.
You applauded the governor.
Good.
I remember very clearly. You applauded the governor. You sang his praises. You gave an eulogy of the governor. You said he's a man of the people. He hears the voice of the people and all of that. And you thanked him for even being magnanimous to offer pure water money and bread money to
and also thank the people for refusing.
To the protesters. Right. Now, after doing that, you, in our conversation as you continued, you blamed the federal government for a lot of things, and you justified that protest. And you also, thanked the governor for also, aligning himself. You said according to you, the only governor that aligned himself with the protesters. Now the question would be that, like you said, it's wrong to hit the federal when you've not hit the local government, you've not hit the states, as it were. The governor has been receiving increased FAC allocation. The governor has been receiving funds, increased funds, even palliatives as well. Like you also rightly said on my show now, that rice was delivered to Rivers State. You heard, but you never saw. And I would have expected the same level of energy. You said anybody hitting your leadership, of the leadership of your church and not coming at you first, it's wrong. Now, in this case, you applaud the governor, and in the same breath, you hit the federal government.
Good.
Is that not double speak?
Not double speaking at all. Look at it from this angle. We are all here. Let's take, for instance, we are family. He is the first son, you are the mother and the father. And while both of us are away, the other children are looking up to him to give them food.
Yes.
And he said, Mommy didn't give me any food to give to you. What will the children do? Mommy, you didn't give us food today. I said, no, your daddy didn't didn't give me money. And you see everything will come to. If we consider the trajectory of that end bad governance protest, you see that in as much as Nigerians were shouting and crying, every other person locked up. Even the number 3 man said that let the people be doing their protest while they will be eating. And you have seen it justified by their actions. But look at a governor came out and said, truly, we are suffering, we are in pain. I understand, I feel your pain, I feel what you feel. Please, while you are doing that, in case you sap your energy, take some pure water and and all that. Look, that is to show that he is not coming out to shoot on the people. And I told you that that measure he took was in fact it was a heroic action.
Heroic.
It was heroic because in that place you have people that are loyal to Amoegule, loyal to Kocha, loyal to Wike, and yet he was able to stand because he has a very clear conscience. Now look at other states where they were killing people and all that. Where are the others coming from?
All right, I will see you in subsequent conversations. I will remind you of the hero that we'll still come to that.
Governor Fubara fails. And we hit him.
No, don't worry.
And anywhere he gets it right, we will applaud him.
For now, I'm not talking about Governor Fubara, but let me tell you clearly, it is very, very unfortunate that the governor of Zamfara State did not make the statement to his people based on what he got from the federal government. He made the statement based on convincing his people that their money is being used for them. That is it. So let's make it very straight. Not that he is just playing politics on Zamfara people.
All right.
And that is purely
Did he do well?
No, what I am saying is that if that truly that fertilizer came from the federal government, he should tell Zamfara people that this fertilizer came from federal government. Nobody has asked him first how he is using the allocation. So he shouldn't justify the fertilizer for the allocation.
All right.